Welcome to episode 11. Not done anything with that more at the minute. I do need to seam seal it, but I'll probably wait till I do this other side because that's what I'm working on now. So I've just got that other piece out. Did it a bit different this time. I put a photo in. I cleaned up underneath because I'm going to weld through from underneath. Drilled the spot welds out from underneath rather from this side. Makes it easier. You can see what you're doing easier. Used my MregRangieResto's dismantling tool. Thank you. I've got to repair that section, which again is why I cut it there. Got that out. I'm going to do this piece first before I do the side panel, as I was mentioning. And I'll do this lip as well. It looks like there's going to be another little localised repair there. Drilled that spot weld, which reminded me that I'd forgotten to weld that one up, but I can do that at some other point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld them two back together again, tack weld them together like I did the other side, so I can use that as my template. I've got a bit more of the old lip that's rusted off to remove, and I've got to straighten it out a bit because this bit had rusted off anyway. So yeah, I'm going to just tack that weld together, and then that'll be it for today. Sunday. I've not got my watch on because I'm charging it up. I forgot to put it back on. Anyway, I need to put the lawnmower back in because that's the trouble when I'm doing this. I need to move the lawnmower. I think what I might have to do is put it in a different place. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll put it in a different place so I can get to that side. Right, I'll leave it at that for now. See you next time. Before I go, I should say I had to remove this little piece. That goes on there like that. Because of course that's right where you want to be working. So that's to do with keeping the side panel cover for the spur wheel in the right place. So just drill the spot welds and then I can weld that back in when I'm done. I'll probably cut that whole section out there, just make a new lip for that bottom bit just there before I then do this bit. So next job is to cut out that old rotten lip like I did on this side. There we go. Let's get the light better. Hang on. There we go, so that's that tack welded in. Nothing caught fire this time other than a bit of underseal. So that's now my repair panel template. Figure out how I'm going to use this repair wheel section, wheel arch section from GDI products. Figure out how I'm going to use that to make this. Just check that out. Let's have a look. So that'll fit in there. So it's sort of missing that lip. Obviously hasn't got the Z section on this side. I need a chunk here at the back, and then it's probably too long there on that side. It is too long there. What happens if I turn it round? Still too long, so it needs adjustments. Let's get it on the bench and we'll have a look. It's difficult because, of course, if you just drop it in, it goes too far this way. You see the lip curvature then is in the wrong place. So it needs to be more like that. And then there is okay for the lip. I think, because of course if I do that, I can't see where it goes. What I need to do is put some lines on and then start measuring and figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. It also needs dressing a bit more because it's a bit crudely pressed, shall we say. Yeah, because that curve there, the wheel arch, stops here. So it almost comes right to where the back of the wheel arch panel would actually be, rather than the wheel well, spare wheel well. So that almost goes like there. Time for a thinking cap. Morning, Saturday 5th of October I think it is. It's probably about 9 AM. So when I last spoke to you was about a week ago almost, pretty much. And at least if it wasn't, it was the start of the week. And I was looking at this spur wheel well repair section and said I'm going to have to draw some lines and do some measurement. Well, that's what I've been doing, so here we go, look. So at the front we've got the old one, tack welded that back together, drawn around the edge of the depression, you can see black line round, measured, if I support that with my leg, measured from there at the back to here at the front, 370 millimeters. Measured the distance from the lip here, from where it goes onto the back of the wheel arch, that was 8 millimeters. Put a straight edge across the top, measured the depth, measured the distance from the back lip to the back edge, and then compared it to the new one. Again, straight edge across the top, measured the width, cut that bit off so that was the same as here, so that's 8 millimeters. So this one is 370 long, that one is 415 long. It's 45 millimeters longer. That one is 62.13 deep. This one, where is it? Is 49 something. I don't think I've written that on. But basically it's 12 millimeters deeper. So there's been some discussion on the Land Rover forum as to whether this will put the spur wheel in the wrong place and put too much weight on the wrong bits. So let's just put these things in the car and I'll show you what I mean. I need to put the light on, hang on. So that's the old section back in. See, it lines back up with this little panel on the side curtain that's got the hole in for the pin that holds the spur wheel in place. Back of the wheel arch, it's difficult to make out, but there is a depression there, a cutout for the spur wheel to sit on. And then I've marked there where the back of it goes to. Right, so that's the old one. I've also cut off that rusty bit there, this bit, so that's gone. Let's take that out. I've then been making up this piece. So yesterday I did that bit, and then I had tack welded that on, but now I've welded it on. Needs a bit more finishing off, but I'd have enough for grinding. So that's that piece. Get it in the right end, right place up there. That's about it. Might need a bit more adjustment up there because that's not right up there. That's it. So that's in the right place, pretty much up there. Needs clamping really. Then we'll get the other spare wheel bit. And then we're going to put that in there. And I need to get a clamp and just clamp it in, so just hang on a minute. Right, so that's clamped in position. You can see so that's where, can you see? I don't know, I can't see the camera. That's where the back of the wheel arch well came to before. You can see it comes quite a lot further back. So one thought was to cut 45 millimeters out the centre, so it's the same length, and weld it back together. But it'll still be deeper. So my plan is I'm going to try the spare wheel in. So I've got the spare wheel here. I'm going to try it in a minute. I've just been looking for my pin and the plate to clamp it in place, and I can't find it. I don't know where I've put it. I thought it was up there on this side, but I can't find it. I'll put it somewhere, I'll find it, it'll turn up. Right, so let's try this in and see how it fits. Try it. So, I can't remember which way around it goes. I think it's this way. Normally I should roll it across the floor, but I can't. Now, is all this going to hold it? Yes, is the answer. Yeah, it's just a little bit too far back. So it's resting on the back of the goalpost, on the front of the goalpost rather. So normally you'd have your trim there. I mean, it fits everything else. The hole still lines up in there. Can you see in there? If I get the torch. So that hole will still line up because there's lots of leeway for that pin. But it's just rolled a bit too far back. So instead of it resting there, there's a gap there. Can you see it? No. So there's a gap there. So it needs to come forward. So I do need to cut it. Weld it back together. The depth doesn't matter. Right, okay, at least I know what I'm doing now. So you might be able to just make out there's 3 scribe lines here. One there, centre, one there. So basically I've got to cut that little section out in the middle. I did measure it, wondering if I chopped it out would it make it shallower, but it doesn't. It makes it the same depth. Depth doesn't matter. Cut it in half, or cut that piece out, weld it back together, try it back in, should be okay then. But then of course what I've done, this piece needs to be, I'll need another 45mm slither putting in there. But that's alright, we can do that. Not a problem. I'm going to leave that there for now. That doesn't matter. There we go, so this is the plan. Put 2 grooves, lift it over. There's a level up there. That'll keep my line straight. Need to come out slightly at that end. Better. That's it, bang on. I'll put some marks on and then I'll get cutting. And then I'll repeat that for this one as well. That's the plan. I'll show you when it's done. There we go, so I've got that now set so it's same distance as the old one. I might close that side up a touch. I just need to put a straight edge across these edges. Tack that into place. So tacking back together. Putting my clamps out. Now we'll seam weld it. So we want it 365, 370, where's my tape measure? I wonder how deep it is now. Where's my tape measure? Here's my tape measure. .365. Hang on. That's better. Well, that's better, isn't it? I've got a gap here now, where I should have. That lines up in the centre of there better, and it's resting on there. That can continue to make up this piece. So this is what we're going to put, and then you can put a little filler piece in here. Put that to fit onto here. At least I know where I'm going now. And then I've got to make up that little corner to fill in under there. Progress. I think that's the way around it goes actually. I had it the long way around before, not really matters. But you see now there's space to get that trim panel onto the clips. And before it was right up again here. That's good. I'm pleased with that now. So I've now cut the extra bit off here, off the edge, and I've got it clamped in about in position. I might need to come back just like a millimetre. And I'm going to tack weld that to the Z piece. Then I can measure and cut that piece and put that in. And then I can do that piece. I'm just wondering how deep it is. So I've got my straight edge across. Got my scales, let's measure it and see. I'll need 2 hands though. Or do I? So it has taken a millimetre off it. So it's like 60 now. So yeah, it's a little bit deeper, but that doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to get that tacked in. I'll do that. Tack the mask off, hang on. No, I won't. I'm going to leave it on because there's 30 zinc primer on this. So that's that piece welded to this piece. Okay, I'll extend that bit. So I'm going to put the bit I cut off this side on that side, and that'll get it about the right size. Put that right there, and I've got to weld in a section here, and then I've just got to do the lip around there and this little corner section here. So I'll grind back this side. I haven't that side, I've left that one. I'll just seam seal that. I've done a little bit here, but nothing much, because that doesn't matter. Right, let's get some zinc primer on. And I'll leave it at that for this episode, so see you in the next episode.